Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Softball, joined by Coach Adam Kirkpatrick. Coach, first of all, welcome back to the show.
Thanks a lot, Rob.
This past weekend, another busy weekend for the Bulldogs. 4 games here as you played 2 at home on Friday, 2 at home, or 2 on the road on Saturday. Just talk about this past weekend.
Yeah, a little bit of a frustrating weekend for us. Started off really well, had a great day on Friday. Played really well against Saginaw Valley, who's top of the conference. Tough game in the first one, just kind of a nip and tuck back and forth battle. Sam Willman throws for them, extremely good pitcher. We moved her around pretty well and felt like we played good solid defense, got a great start from Sam Bates. Didn't come out on top on that one, but felt like we played really well. The second game, we came out a little bit of a slow start on the offensive side, but then in the third inning, the bats really came alive and kind of put that one away quickly and got a good start and good finish from Abby Highway on the mound. Anytime you score a lot of runs like that, you kind of relax a little bit and just play and have fun.
4-2 in that first game on Friday. You mentioned you certainly played well against Saginaw Valley State. They had 1 inning in there where they got their 4 runs. Other than that, you held them scoreless in that first game.
Yeah, and we didn't help ourselves in that 1 inning either. We kind of had that one ugly inning that we fought all year. And doing that against the good teams, you're always going to pay for that. But other than that, the other 6 innings, we played extremely well and felt like we got a lot of hits. We actually out-hit them and then just didn't get the hit we needed at the end.
4-2 the final of that first game. Sam Bates, you mentioned starting pitcher in that game and continues to throw well for you.
Really, really well in that game. Probably now that we've had a chance to play a lot of games in the conference, kind of see how things are working out. Top to bottom, I think Saginaw has the best lineup in the entire conference. Every kid in that lineup can hit, and she did a really nice job of keeping them off stride.
You mentioned game 2, obviously had a couple big innings, 7 runs in the third, 8 I think in the fourth, 15-3 win over the number 23 team in the country.
Yeah, and basically faced every pitcher they had. Started with their number 2 pitcher, who was in fact 6-2 on the year, had a great year going. Knocked her around pretty good that second time through the lineup, and then just one kid after another comes in, and we didn't take our foot off the gas at all. We just kept swinging. So.
How much confidence does it give your kids to beat a team like that by that margin of a score?
Well, sometimes it gives you a lot of confidence. Sometimes maybe it gives you too much confidence. It's easy to kind of get caught up in what we've done and not what we need to do. And so kind of the turnaround on that is that you always have to come back. Talk to a lot of coaches, a lot of successful coaches, and they'll all tell you that, it's tough to be good after a lot of success. Maybe harder than anything is to be very successful and then turn right around and reproduce that same effort.
You mentioned that, and it kind of carries over into Saturday's games at Northwood. A couple tough games, a couple close games that you just were not able to pull out a victory.
Yeah, it's we just didn't seem to be clicking on all cylinders, firing on all cylinders in that first game early. Had a bad first inning, had some mental mistakes, some base running errors, things like that cost us throughout the game. Things like that you really just don't ever see. I mean, and with our team, we've done a good job with being pretty sharp mentally, particularly on the base paths all year, and then we make 4 base running errors in that game. Just didn't really kind of bring our best early in that game. Got it turned around towards the end of the game, but it was kind of too late at that point and a little tough. Tough conditions. The weather was beautiful, but the wind was blowing out really hard, so anything that got up in the air carried, got to the fence, went out. So a lot of high scoring in both games. Second game, just, you play enough games, you're going to have a weird one here and there, and that heavy score, that 18-13, you're not going to see many of those. And, a lot of balls got in the air and left. I mean, we hit 3 out, they hit 4 out. It's that day where you're going to have to outscore the other team. It just turns sort of into a slugfest.
Those 2 teams, yourself and Northwood, combined for 32 hits, 31 runs in that second game. Fun if you're a fan that likes to see the players swing the bat.
Yeah, a lot of fun for the fans. I mean, everybody likes to see offense and everything, but as a coaching staff, you'd rather see it be a little different than that. And that was, kind of the conversation I had with the opposing coaching staff from Northwood after the game. Is we were both trying to recount when we'd seen something like that before, and it's been a while. So.
Lexi Hungisto had a nice game for you, 2 home runs, drove in 6 runs, named the GLIAC Player of the Week as well this week.
Had an outstanding day total, hit the ball well, played a great third. She's really been good for us this year, has really made a lot of strides from freshman to sophomore year. Settled into third base, gotten really comfortable over there defensively, kind of found her spot. And so, swinging the bat, seeing it as well as anybody can see it right now.
6 games left here in the regular season. Obviously, still battling for one of those spots in the GLIAC tournament. Some big games coming up here in this final 6-game stretch.
Yeah, we kind of put ourselves in a spot where we have to win now. We had a chance yesterday with us being in the 8 spot and then Northwood being in the 9 going in. Had we taken care of business there, we really would have put some distance between ourselves. But now we're in a spot where we just have to go win the games. We have to go win every game we play and hopefully get some help on the other side. We certainly have a great opportunity to still get in the conference tournament. There's no question there. But ultimately, every single day you go out to play, you just got to take care of your own business. And we've been a little up and down this year. We've had some days where we looked great and some days where we follow that up and not look as well. And that's the mark of all great teams, is that they develop the maturity to come back and play well every day and bring their best every day. And we're hoping we can get that in these next 6. Obviously, Walsh, Lake Erie, and then tough arch enemy there in GVSU at the end of the year. We want to try to win all 6.
You mentioned Walsh and Lake Erie, the first 2 opponents coming up this weekend at home, final 4 home games of the regular season. Talk about these 2 opponents and what you expect this weekend.
Yeah, Walsh's record doesn't show as how good they are. They're bottom of the conference right now, but they're never in a situation where they're just getting blown out. They're playing competitive ball every day. And last year they came in to our place, and we had to go 6-5 to 6-5 to get both games from them. And it was a tight nip and tuck day. And then Lake Erie on the other side has improved a lot. Seems to be playing a lot better than last year. Both teams are capable of beating you if you don't bring your best, that's for sure. Certainly,
obviously with the final home games here, seniors playing their final home games, and a senior class that certainly has meant a great deal to the turnaround here at Ferris State softball over the years.
Yeah, we've got Senior Day coming up Saturday. We're going to do something special for them, thank them for their time here. And, ultimately, it takes senior leadership to have a great team and great program. And we're always trying to acknowledge and recognize it when we see it, and so we try to take care of our seniors. We've got to build off of the success that we've had, last year into this year. Last year we had a little better record. This year we have beaten better opponents, and so it's been kind of a tale of 2 seasons in that respect. We've played high-level ball against some really, really good teams this year and gotten the wins that we needed, as to where last year we couldn't quite get over the hump against the top teams in our conference. So it's been a really good progression in terms of our competitiveness there, and that's been a testament to our toughness at the top of our team. And so we want to make sure that we take care of business there.
Well, Coach, best of luck to the Bulldogs this weekend as you host Walsh and Lake Erie Saturday, Sunday at the Ferris State softball field.
Thanks a lot, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update next week. Thanks for tuning in. And a reminder, you can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.